right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Idle Hour Sports Complex for the continuation and semifinal game for the Cal Ripken 10U World Series.
Yep. Is it going? Is it scratchy outside of my voice? Alrighty.
Hello, everybody. Jared Dillon, and on call with me is my broadcast partner in Aiden Kowalski. The Cinderella run continues for Middle Atlantic, getting no wins in pool play. However, has knocked off the host city in Phoenix City and defeated California earlier today. And now Middle Atlantic looking to clinch their way into the championship game. Whoever wins will take on North Carolina. Aiden, it's going to be Hernandez on the mound. We saw him pitch yesterday. He's going back in. What are you looking to see out of Hernandez?
Middle Atlantic, first of all, a great coaching decision. Putting him out here, this is the game that'll get you to the final. Honestly, I mean, his last time out throwing 3 innings, 8 strikeouts. I really like the decision here, and I'm looking forward to seeing him fill up the zone here tonight. I want to see how Alabama hitters, arguably one of the best pitchers in this tournament.
For Hernandez, throughout the tournament, he's pitched 6 2/3 innings in 2 games. He's got 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He has 4 walks, but he leads the team in strikeouts with 13. He has a 1.80 ERA. He's going to come in and he's going to try to stifle this Alabama attack. Speaking of Alabama, they got some pretty good hitters coming up. And let's take a look at their lineup. First up will be Kobe Hunt. For the tournament, Kobe Hunt has been hitting .273. He has 2 RBIs, 5 runs, 2 doubles. He struck out 6 times, which is second most. He is a risk of strikeout to one of the better strikeout pitchers in the tournament.
I just want to note here, Alabama, the only remaining team left in this tournament, still without a loss. So it kind of gives you an idea. Middle Atlantic still trying to get to that 500 mark if they can win here tonight, and gives you an idea about pool play is important, but not as important as a hot team coming into bracket play. And that's what we've seen here, especially out of Middle Atlantic, winning their last game by great margin. And Hernandez back on the mound. He's the hard-throwing ready. I'm really looking forward to this matchup between the two pitchers.
The top of the lineup for Alabama, number 2, Kobe Hunt.
So here comes Kobe Hunt. Remember, the winner will be taking on North Carolina in the World Series Championship. As Hunt's going to step in, and we're going to get ready for the semifinal game in the Cal Ripken 10U World Series in Phoenix City, Alabama. Here comes the first pitch, up high for ball 1. Official start time, 7:56 Eastern time. It is 89 degrees in Phoenix City, humidity at 55%, so it feels like 95.
Although
it's
the
still
sun is
pretty
going
warm.
down, so
Next pitch down low for ball 2.
it's going to turn into a nice evening as the night progresses here in Phoenix City.
One Hunt drives that one, and it'll be caught by Casadillo over at short.
Away, that sounded off the bat. Almost sounded like he clapped it away, more like had a sound of more of a wooden bat than metal. That was kind of interesting.
Sounded like a broken bat play.
And they are using metal, so.
LaRue steps into the box for 1 out. First pitch, a little bit high, still strike 1. For Dalton LaRue. He is batting .636 in the tournament. A great 2-hole hitter. Swing and a miss.
For this Alabama team, LaRue couldn't be swinging a hotter bat right now. And that is why he's in the 2-hole.
Down low for a ball. .636 batting average. He is responsible for 7 runs coming across the plate, 2 RBIs. The 2-1. A swing and a miss for strike 2. The 2-2 from Hernandez. In there for a call, strike 3. first strikeout of the day for Hernandez, number 14 for the tournament.
And that's going to be the first of many, as you'll see here tonight. Hernandez strikeout heavy, not so democratic when it comes to letting his infield get some work in, so expect a few more pitches per at-bat, but Hernandez is going to be racking up the Ks tonight.
DJ Button steps in, watches Fulton go by for a strike. The most dangerous hitter for Alabama, responsible for 5 RBIs, batting .375. He has not drawn a walk, and he has struck out 7 times, which leads the team. Next pitch is up high for a ball. The defensive alignment from Middle Atlantic, right and left. Roberto in center, and Tazi in right. Whitman at third, Casadilla at short. Valentino at second, DeLu at first. Hurley is your catcher, and Hernandez with the next pitch. Ball will pop that one, and it falls just out of play. The count is now 1-2.
Hurley on that ball in the backstop, he kind of said hello to us. I think he wanted a quick shout out, so we'll give you that one there, young man.
The 1-2. Called strike 3. Big out for Hernandez, and that's going to end the top of the first inning. So no hits, no runs, no errors, as we'll head to the bottom of the first inning.
Number 4.
But we'll keep it here to just give you an update on the things going on around the tournament. Going on behind us is Southeastern Idaho. That game in the first inning still tied at 0.
On the mound for Alabama, number 15.
Earlier today, North Carolina defeated Connecticut 2-0 to advance to the finals of the World Series. A great win by North Carolina. And in a game where the game ended at about an hour 10, which was going down as a record for the shortest game in World Series play history. Then found out that a game yesterday went an hour 08. So that game took over the record. So a quick game. That was a quick top of the first for Middle Atlantic. So we'll see what they do. So Alabama's coming out. What do you want to see out of Alabama as Goodrum is on the mound?
Well, first of all, I would expect this game to last a little longer than an hour and 8 minutes. It's going to be a pitcher's duel, but also you have 2 really hot-hitting teams. For Alabama, if they can really stay hot with the bats, their defense is going to do the rest of the work for them.
Alabama getting ready as we give you the defense alignment in just a moment.
Kurt, it sounds like your voice is doing a little better as the day now progresses.
Yeah, my voice is holding up pretty well. You gotta get the tea, mix some honey in there, and coast the throat. Valentino will be up first for Middle Atlantic.
A cup of tea with honey makes me better every night. Of course, we've done a lot of games over the past 6 days. Jared taking care of the first 2, so he has a few more under his belt than I do, but my voice beginning to go, so I'll be taking a rest tomorrow and still you, and we'll be back for the championship games on Thursday in the consolation bracket, as well as the championship game between North Carolina and the winner of this one, between Alabama and Middle Atlantic.
Lefty, be ready. On the pitch, be ready.
So here comes the first pitch. In there for a called strike.
Valentino's laid a couple of bunts this tournament and has legged him out for singles, so that looks like his game plan here. Not sure if Blackerby will be ready for this one. Blackerby, of course, the third baseman for Alabama. He's gonna have his work cut out for him tonight, as Middle Atlantic, they really do like to play the small ball.
Next pitch, the swing and a miss. So the count is 1-2.
Be ready, be ready.
As Valentino will pop the one, and that will fall out of play.
Middle Atlantic, of course, playing the early game this morning, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle this one in their second bracket play game of the day.
Valentina batting .375, has 1 RBI in the tournament. The 1-2 down low, count moves to 2-2.
The way things are looking so far, I'm not sure if it'll hold that way. It's really the first team who blinks, and we've seen with a lot of these pitchers duel, of course, later on in this tournament, it's those who make the fewer amount of errors and give the free passes. The least amount, of course, will walk away with the win.
Check swing, did he go around? Says no, down on the third base line. The count runs full.
Check it out.
So little batter Valentino trying to get on first. And that misses for ball 4. Give you the defensive alignment for Alabama. Broughton is in left, Finch in center, and Roberts in right. Back to beach at third baseman. Hunt at short, Pilger at second, and Wilson at first. LaRue will be a catcher. Goodrum's the pitcher, and Jose Casadilla coming up for Middle Atlantic. First pitch up high for a ball. Casadilla batting .467 in the tournament. He only struck out twice. He has 2 RBIs and 3 doubles. The 1-0. Swing and a miss out in front of that one. Count moves to 1-1. What speed with Valentino on first, do you think a hit and run or a steal could be in play?
This early, I'm not looking at it. Honestly, I'm really looking for Middle Atlantic to get base runners here.
Ball down in the dirt, gets around the catcher, and Valentino's in second. So either way, he makes it. Counts now 2-1.
And this high in your lineup, I really don't want to see it. Of course, I just want to see these hitters swing away. Maybe when you're getting to the bottom of your order for maybe someone who hasn't had the best numbers in the tournament, a hit and run would be more appropriate.
A 2-1 to Casadilla. In the inside, had to get out of the way of that one. LaRue scrambles to get the ball. Valentino will stay at second. The count is now 3-1.
Valentino wanting to take third there. He just couldn't really see how far away that one got from LaRue.
Next pitch in there for a strike. The count runs full.
Get ready on the pitch. Finish him off, Sean. Let's go.
The 3-2, hit down third base line. That's the trouble. Valentino scores, and it's an RBI double for Casadilla.
The Cinderella kids keep their hot bats alive here in the semifinal game.
Coming to home plate, number 10, Daniel Tozzi.
Daniel Tozzi steps in with a runner on second, and there are no outs for Alabama. First pitch. Doesn't swing. That'll be ball 1 up high around the eyes. Showing bunt pulls back. That's a strike. For Tozzi batting .333. He's only struck out once. He has 3 RBIs, and he has 3 doubles. That one up high above the head for ball 2.
Tozzi being the power hitter he is, that's actually pretty impressive to see that he only has 1 strikeout in this entire tournament.
Be ready.
And not afraid to lay down a bunt as we've just seen earlier.
The 2-1. That one in the dirt. Great block by LaRue, keeping the runner at second. One of the most interesting things for Goodrum is that he has yet to pitch for Alabama in this tournament. This is the first time he's been on the mound.
Now that can also be good and bad if you're Alabama. Of course, you have a fresh arm out there, but then no experience in the past 5 days here on the bump. And as you see, these fields, they don't have bullpens to warm up on, so this might be just a little bit of acclimation time, of course, for Goodrum. Having now to work off of a slope, it is just a little bit different from your flat ground than what a lot of these kids are used to, especially not being able to go off one for the past 5 days. We don't know if that's the issue here, but he is in a little bit of a jam with a runner on second.
Coach and Blackerby comes back to the dugout, giving Goodrum some advice with a 3-1 to Tozzi. Tozzi will hit that one over to the third base side. Blackerby throws the first for the out. Throw back to third. And a great stop by Hunt over at third to make sure the ball didn't reach the fence. Quesadilla slides in. He's safe at third, but there's only one out with DeLu up the bat.
Blackerby made a little bit of a mistake there on that play.
Number
He didn't
44
check back
for Mid-Atlantic.
Quesadilla
Hassel.
to second. He just took third easily
Be
there.
ready, be ready.
DeLu batting .273. First pitch in there for a strike. DeLu, 3 RBIs. He has a double to his name. Can draw a walk. He has 2 in the tournament.
So now any ground ball up the middle or fly ball will score Quesadilla at third.
Next pitch in there for a called strike. The count is now 0-2 as DeLu will talk to his head coach. 8-0-2. What's the next pitch you're looking to see out of Goodrum?
Definitely something out of the zone. I'm liking an outside pitch here from Goodrum. I don't want it anywhere close to the plate with DeLu up to bat, the 4-hole hitter.
That one's down low, gets away from the catcher. Quesadilla coming in, he's gonna score. 2-0 Middle Atlantic leads in the bottom of the first inning.
It's still a good 0-2 pitch, but maybe just a little too far into the dirt for LaRue to handle. And you do have to be careful there because you don't want to throw something too close and in the zone, but you don't want to give him something too good at the same time.
The 1-2. A swing and a miss, a big strikeout for Goodrum. 2 down. Daniel Hernandez coming in. The pitcher who gave Middle Atlantic a couple of big runs yesterday to get them to advance in this situation in the semifinals. First pitch to Hernandez, shows bunt, pulls back for a ball. Hernandez averaging just 111, having a tough time getting on base. That pitch in there for a strike.
You know what's a bit interesting? Out of every Middle Atlantic hitter we've seen here, they've all showed bunt on the first pitch. And yet none of them have laid one down yet.
The 1-1 in there for a strike. The count is 1-2. Hope down that one. Third and Blackerby. Becker picks it up. Throw to first. Fourth the out. As Hernandez takes the tumble, he's all right. That's the third out of the inning for Alabama. Up from Middle and pushes across 2 as we'll head to the top of the second inning. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll come back. We'll have more of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on CTVB and YouTube Live.
If you haven't visited Kramer's Sports Bar and Grill, if you haven't visited Kramer's Sports Bar and Grill in Phoenix City, why wait any longer? Food and fun for the whole family. Take a walk on the wild side. Kramer's is your only local spot for exotic dishes such as venison sliders, frog legs, calamari, gator platter, and so much more. Of course, Kramer's delicious burgers and wings can tame anyone's appetite. Kramer's has a spacious back patio for outdoor dining. Kramer's is only 3 miles from uptown Columbus on 431 South.
Look for the big white rooster.
Hello everybody, I'm Jay Coulter and I'll be your host for Track 'em Tigers, a weekly look at your defending SEC Western Division champions. This season I'll be joined by guests from around the community that love Auburn football as much as you do. As usual, there are high expectations on the Plains. We'll look ahead to Saturday and get you ready for a big day of Tiger football. Join me each Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and again on Saturday at 12:30 p.m.
And welcome back to Phoenix City, Alabama, as Middle Atlantic pushes across 2 in the bottom of the first. And have a 2-0 lead as Alabama looks to get something going. Coming up to the plate. Brody Wilson will step in. Alabama looking for their first hit of the day. pitch. Hits that one over to Delu at first. So that one is out of the inning. Coming up next will be Jamison Roberts.
Welcome to home plate.
Batting .455.
Jamison Roberts.
He has 4 RBIs, 7 runs. A swing and a miss for strike 1. No one. Down low for a ball. Pitch up high for ball 2.
Shorts the ball. Here we go, man.
That foul strike zone. The count now 2-2.
Come on. It looks like. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Roberts, a powerful righty, and Hernandez going right after him.
The 2-2 up high for ball 3. Hernandez. First full count.
Protect, 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 protect. Don't let him fast, Mitchell. Get that bad head up.
Full count. In there for a called strike 3. 2 outs.
Any pitch close to the zone on a 3-2 count will be called for strike 3. Hitters do need to take note of that because that's what umpires love to see out of pitchers is locating spots in big-time situations.
First pitch for Sean Goodrum up high. Big swing for strike 1. Goodrum's the pitcher. Trying to get on base, looking for the first hit for Alabama still with 2 outs. Another big swing and a miss for strike 2. Though 2. Big swing and a miss for strike 3, and Hernandez is on fire. We'll keep it here as we head to the bottom of the second. We give you an update on the game behind us as Idaho leads Southeast 2-0. That game's still in the first inning. Aiden, what did you like out of Hernandez in the last frame?
Well, the question should be, what do I not like about him? And that's nothing. Everything out of Hernandez, just spectacular. There's no flaws in him this game. I mean, only 18 pitches through 2 innings, so that's about 9 pitches on average an inning. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes the full game here, continuing his work here on the mound, if that stays constant, excuse me.
For Hernandez, ended the game big last night, getting his 10th strikeout. Already with 3 today through 2 innings. Sean Goodrum will head back to the mound. In 1 inning, he gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned. Also having a strikeout and a walk. So a tough first inning for him. And through 1 inning, he's thrown 26 pitches, which is much more than Hernandez. As the Alabama defense lines back up, they got to be careful. Mid-Atlantic bats were hot earlier today. For Mid-Atlantic, they defeated California 11-2 to advance. And remember, they lost 63 to North Carolina, 13-2 in a run rule to Ohio Valley, and 11-1 in a run rule to Pacific Southwest. They were 0-3 in pool play. They've come in, they've beaten Phoenix City 5-2, the host team. They've beaten California, and now they're trying to advance to the championship game as Chase Whitman steps into the box. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's a strike anyway. Counts 0-1.
And there it is again, that bunt on that first pitch there, or attempted at least, and then always pulling back, it seems. I really do think the strategy out of that, they just kind of want to get Alabama's starting pitcher out as quickly as possible, trying to get him to throw more pitches than he has to.
Next pitch, tries to put out a bunt, but now it's 0-2 for Whitman, batting .400. He struck out 3 times, he's walked 3 times. He does have a triple to his name, has 1 RBI, but when he gets on base, he's effective. He's come home 5 times. That's most on the team. The 0-2. Down in the dirt for ball 1. Aiden, if you're a pitcher and Goodrum had a tough first inning, how do you come back strong in the second?
Honestly, it's only the future from here on out. When you look at the past, it's only going to bring you down.
1-2 up high for ball 2.
And these kids are only 10 years old. You have to realize that, I mean, their mental sides are not fully developed, and you really have to stay tough mentally if you want to get far in this tournament and stay in these games, especially as a pitcher.
That one fouled off. The count stays at 2-2.
Now, of course, I'm sure that this is, that was kind of funny there, because it looked like LaRue just tried to find the home plate umpire's hand on a toss there.
The 2-2. Whitman. That was going to fall foul right around the tarp. Staying alive, and most importantly for Middle Atlantic, he's running up Goodrum's pitch count. We'll do it again, the 2-2. Fouled off.
But back to pitchers in big situations, and especially in this tournament. Of course, if you do not stay strong, I mean, it's going to be really tough to forget the past and then move on to that next hitter.
Up high, the count is at 3-2. Remember, Whitman has drawn 3 walks. And guess what? That is most on the team through the tournament. He'll drive that one to the third base side, but it is foul.
And right there, that says something about the Alabama pitching staff. 3 walks is leading it out of this entire past 6 days. That's pretty impressive, and that's a big reason why they're here.
He hit that one, and it will just barely get past the average hand of Brody Wilson. And we'll do it again.
Whitman getting another life. Wilson almost got that one, so he'll look for ball 4, base hit here.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. The 3-2. In there for a called strike 3. Tried to do his best to draw the walk. He may have had some sort of argument, but it was in there on the inside. It's a bang one.
Honestly, I don't believe it. So I mean, that just brings us back. Any pitcher 3-2 and you throw it near the zone, if a hitter's taken, the umpire's going to ring you up.
So his bunt pulls back, a strike 1. It was definitely a perfect placement by Goodrum to get the strikeout.
This Middle Atlantic team needs to realize that.
The 1. Now be popped up, and it'll be caught by Hunt for the second out.
Goodrum looks to be now kind of starting to find his groove a little more here in the second. Although if Hernandez stays in the entire game, I don't know if Alabama's going to be able to combat his power.
A.J. Liberto standing in the box. So his bunt pulls back, it's a ball. So Liberto batting .417. He has 3 RBIs. That pitch in there for a called strike 1. Does have 2 doubles. The 1-1. He'll hit that one, and it will fall for a base hit as Broughton wasn't able to come up with it, diving in left field.
Broughton there, that was a safe slide going for that baseball. I mean, if it was really hard hit on a line, you might have wanted to play that one hop and then make sure that Liberto did not advance to second on that one. But that one just kind of like a bloop single there, and he could really lay out, of course, Finch there to back him up. And that's why Liberto now only stands on first instead of second.
As Hurley will come to the dish for Middle Atlantic. For Hurley in this tournament, he's batting an even .300, but he does have 5 strikeouts, which lead the team. First pitch down low for a ball. That one in there for a strike. Count 1-1. That was in there for a strike 2. Excuse me, is that 2-1? Count 2-1. A swing, he'll foul one off, and we're even at 2-2. Two and two, 2 outs. That one was popped out of bounds. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Roberto on first. Hurley at the dish. He'll have that one and drive it into the gap. Roberto around in second, going to third, and he'll be head up. A big double by Hurley.
Good run. Having some troubles getting the third out of this inning.
For Mid-Atlantic, number 2, Rocco Valentino.
He had a clean first 2 batters. But now he's going to have to stop Middle Atlantic here in the second if he wants to keep this game 2-0.
Valentino comes up, back to the top of the lineup. He walked in the first inning. Shows bunt, pulls back. It's a strike.
And I wouldn't be surprised if a squeeze plays on.
0-1. That one's hit to the back of the backstop for a foul. The 0-2. Now did a pop that one way up. Well, a falling play. It will. That'll be the third out of the inning as Alabama's over them get out of the jam. We'll head to the top of the third as Middle Atlantic keeps a 2-0 lead. And Alabama's looking to come up and tie it right back up here in the semifinal game. The winner going on to face North Carolina in the championship. You're listening and watching the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on CTV Beam and YouTube Live.
50 pitches.
Hey Tide fans, I'm Sean Taylor, your host of Tide Talk, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some Alabama football. Season 2 of Tide Talk will deal with some serious questions swirling around the Alabama Crimson Tide program. Will the Tide regain the crown as the king of college football? Can Coach Saban do what he does best and have the boys in crimson and white remotivated and refocused? So being a guest will have the answer to all those questions and much more right here each week on Channel 7 and 207 and Season 2 of Tide Talk. Roll Tide.
If you haven't visited Kramer's Sports Bar and Grill in Phoenix City, why wait any longer? Food and fun for the whole family. Take a walk on the wild side. Kramer's is your only local spot for exotic dishes such as venison sliders, frog legs, calamari, gator platter, and so much more. Of course, Kramer's delicious burgers and wings can tame anyone's appetite. Kramer's has a spacious back patio for outdoor dining. Kramer's is only 3 miles from uptown Columbus on 431 South.
Look for the big white rooster.
Welcome back inside the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on CTV Beam and YouTube Live. Hello, everybody. Jared Dodd on the call with my broadcast partner and Aiden Kowalski. As we reach the top of the third inning, Alabama can come into the plate, and it'll be Fitch up for the team from Mobile. As Finch comes up, done a pretty good job so far through the tournament. Batting .538. He has 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. He has accounted for 8 runs, which leads this Alabama squad.
Hernandez already with 4 strikeouts, looking to tack on a couple more here in this game.
That ball will be hit foul. Count on 1. Hernandez doing a banged-up job so far through 2 innings. Finch tries to lay down the bunt, but it goes foul.
Middle Atlantic's been playing like it's always been their last game in the first game of bracket play on day 4. And honestly, I really believe that's why they're still here. They really have all the fight left in the world in them.
Count moves to 1-2. Next pitch by Hernandez. They fouled off out of bounds.
Middle Atlantic losing the first 3 games, all 3 games in pool play. It's amazing to see them come back. No one really would have expected them to be here now.
The 1-2. Finch drives that one, but that one goes foul as well. It counts at 2-1. We're going to do it again. Fouled off to the backstop. So staying alive is Finch. And if anything, he's running up that pitch count for Hernandez.
Down 0-2, he'll be seeing his 6th pitch of the year.
That'll be hit to DeLu at first. Picked up and steps on the bag for the out. The big thing for Hernandez is that he did pitch 4 innings against Phoenix City yesterday.
Keeping the pitch count low for him is crucial here. Of course, I'm going to guess Alabama's game plan here is just to see as many pitches as possible and work that up just to try and get him out of here as soon as possible.
He threw 60 against Phoenix City. It was a little bit high. It's not going to be a foul that went off.
And that was only 2 days ago.
That was yesterday.
Or yesterday.
Or excuse me, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah. And that was the first day of bracket play. And like you said, it was against Phoenix City, so a 3-0 team going up against an 0-3 team, and the 0-3 team prevails, and now here in the semifinal.
Next pitch, that'll be driven back to Hernandez. Gets past him, that'll be a single for Blackerby. So there's Alabama's first hit of the day, and they come with 1 out in the top of the 3rd.
Blackerby, man, that thing was hard hit right past the glove of Hernandez, and that's actually the first hit there for Alabama, so maybe some life here for the home team.
Matthews coming up for Alabama.
Welcome to home plate, Luke Matthews.
Luke Matthews batting .444. He has 4 RBIs. He'll drop the one back to Hernandez. Great play by Hernandez. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first. It's a double play. Big jump by Hernandez, and that's why right now he looks like the MVP of the whole tournament.
Jared, I was about to say Hernandez's best friend would be a double play ball, and look what just happened.
A great way to end the top of the 3rd inning. We'll keep it here to give you an update on what's going on the field behind us. Between Idaho and Southeast. That game tied at 2. It can also be caught on CTV and YouTube Live. But it's 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Alabama, they're a hard-hitting Alabama team. They love to send it over the fence. They love to send it into the outfield. But they only have 1 hit so far through 3 total innings for them. As Alabama's going to make a pitching change, it's going to be Broughton coming in. So he'll move from left field onto the bump. And I'll give you his pitching numbers for the tournament. So Broughton Jr. has pitched 4 innings in the tournament. He's given up only 1 hit. He's walked 1, struck out 9.
And that is the reason he is in this game now. The Alabama would have liked to cruise through this one against Middle Atlantic, but having to take out all the stops now, putting in arguably their best pitcher.
For Broughton, they came in only one game against New England early in pool play, so it's a little bit different.
Power v. power is the pitching matchup here tonight in the semifinal game.
The 9 strikeouts in 4 innings is pretty impressive.
And I'll tell you, anything close to the strike zone, these hitters are going to need to speed their approach up if they're going to want to catch up to this fastball.
So as it warms up, it'll be Jose Cazadilla coming up to the dish. For Cazadilla, he hit a double his last time up in the first inning.
Bro, this is my first time seeing him live here in this tournament.
Welcome to home plate.
He is something else, and he looks like he is something special, how hard he throws that baseball.
Cazadilla.
Kind of like a younger Aroldis Chapman from the right side.
First pitch, in there for a called strike. And let me tell you what we got now. We got 2 hard-throwing pitchers in Broughton and Hernandez in the game. Next pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Cazadilla right on that one. It's just a matter of timing. And when you connect, I mean, when you got a guy throwing in the mid-60s there, I mean, you really don't have to make too solid a contact for that ball to travel a long way.
The count is 1-2. As a hard-horn Broughton throws in another ball.
I mean, Jared, it's just physics here. The harder you throw, the farther that ball can get off the bat.
2-2. Cazadilla fouls the one out of bounds.
Cazadilla not phased by Broughton's fastball.
And he is a 2-hole hitter, so he's used to facing pitchers for the first time right out the gate. That's a call strike 3, swing and a miss for the first out of the inning.
And that's just nasty. You're going to break out the curveball on the 2-2.
Number 10.
I mean, that's almost unfair at this age.
Daniel Tazi.
Tazi steps in and grounded out in the first. Shows bunt, pulls back. That's strike 1. Tazi will send that one into the outfield, and that'll be dropped by the left fielder on Roberts. So Tazi would be at first.
And that's my point right there. That pitch was outside off the end of the bat, and that one still traveled deep into left center. So it's just a matter of making contact and seeing where that ball can travel.
Number 44, Asher DeLu.
Asher DeLu steps in. Just bunt, pulls back. That's the ball, throw down the first, and he's safe. For DeLu, he struck out swinging. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. The 1-1 in there for strike 2.
And that's a pitcher's pitch right there, burning the outside edge.
The 1-2 for DeLu. A swing and a miss, a big strikeout for Broughton. And coming up now, we'll have a pitcher versus pitcher duel. Asher Hernandez steps in, grounded out in the first inning. But this time he has Tazi on first. A big swing and a miss up high for strike 1, and for Hernandez, kind of just shook his head. He knew he should have laid off of it.
Kind of getting a taste of his own medicine here.
The fastball up high, yeah. As Hernandez gets some advice from his coach.
Coach Whitman over there at third base probably just telling him to shorten up his swing just a tad bit. Let the pitcher supply the power.
Hernandez hits one back to Pilger. Pilger throw over to first. That'll be the third out of the inning. As no runs come across from Middle Atlantic as we head to the top of the fourth. When we come back, Middle Atlantic still leads 2-0. You're watching the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on CTV Beam and YouTube Live.
Don't beat it in the ground. Let's go.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. As the Alabama still looking for a couple of runs here in the semifinal of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here in Phoenix City, Alabama. Hernandez still on the bump. First pitch was fouled off out of bounds.
You're all on it. See it longer.
If both pitchers can continue to throw strikes, that's no doubt a pitcher's duel here in the semifinal game.
The next one will be thawed off to the left side. Count quickly becomes 0-2. As
Hey, be smart
the
up there.
weather continues to drop, is 87, but it still feels like in the mid-90s with the humidity. 0-2. That one fouled out of bounds as well.
Hey, I don't way to fight.
Hernandez with a little more juice on that one. I think he's a little more amped up now seeing this pitching matchup. And fired up, especially after last inning's performance.
That one misses for a ball.
Right. Hey, ball.
Oh, come on back.
Hey, come on, man. That was a good take right there.
It ain't over yet. It's 1-2. The 1-2. That'll be fouled off to the right side. For Pilger.
Hey, keep at him. Let's go. You're on it.
He's batting 182 here in the tournament. He does have 2 RBIs. He has reached on air 5 times. An interesting stat. He'll hit that one. It's a blooper over the short. And that'll be caught for the first out of the inning by Casadillo. 1 out.
Welcome to home plate for Alabama. Starting off at the top of the order, number 2, Kobe Hunt.
Kobe Hunt steps in for Alabama with 1 out. Flew out in the first inning. Kobe Hunt hit that into right field, and that'll be caught by Toggy for the second out. 8 and 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. What is Alabama got to start doing? They can't get around. They can't just get through to Hernandez. Only 1 hit so far.
Honestly, I have no idea what the secret behind Hernandez is, but my goodness, he just keeps filling up the zone
Welcome to home plate.
and getting outs
Number 1 for
via
Alabama.
the strikeout. Or hey,
Colton
when
LaRue.
Alabama hits it, it's just right at the Mid-Atlantic fielders.
First strike in for LaRue, who struck out looking in the first inning.
The only thing Alabama can do here, put the ball in contact and just hope that they'll land in the grass.
That one popped up. Hernandez charging. Picks it up, throw to first, but he's safe. So not your usual hit, but for Alabama, it'll work. Because who better to have up now than one of your best hitters in DJ Broughton Jr.
For Alabama, welcome to home plate, DJ Broughton.
Broughton batting a cool 375 here in the tournament. Looking to provide the power here. With one swing of the bat, he could tie it up.
That one's down low. For Hernandez, what you want to do is not throw it low and it getting away from Hurley, moving the runner over to second. Broughton has 5 RBIs, but he has struck out 7 times. That's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
And still without a homer, so this wouldn't be a bad time for him to do it here.
For Broughton, 7 strikeouts, that leads the team. Hernandez is a strikeout machine. That one popped way up. Will it stay in play? DeLue's trying to catch it, but it'll come up empty. But the count moves to 1-2. So to reset, LaRue on first. Alabama needs 2 runs to tie it up. Here in the semifinal game, it's 1-2. Broughton Jr. up, but Hernandez looking to sit him down. Misses for a ball.
Hurley wanting that one high, but not a bad miss there. Still want to get him here. You don't want to play around with the heavy hitter.
Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 5. And that ends the top of the 4th inning.
Hernandez back to his regular antics.
Number
Already
4,
with 5 strikeouts.
Aniel Hernandez.
Man, this kid can't be stopped.
It's amazing what he's done in the last 3 days. He just keeps on going.
Only at 47 pitches. That's the more impressive part, only through 4 innings.
Around at 50. He threw 60 against Phoenix City 2 days ago. So we'll see how long he'll go in the 5th inning. If he does go through the 5th inning, they may try to bring in a closer for the last 2 outs. But for Hernandez, he's kind of on fire right now. You may not want to bring him out, but with the championship game in 2 days, I think you don't really have to worry about rest in a sense. So get that extra day to kind of ice off.
And it's a do-or-die situation for both of these teams. They're going to take out all the stops. Arguably in this game, I mean, of course, North Carolina, a lot of respect to them, but this is one of the best matchups I've seen here in this tournament. This game, this semifinal game right here.
Up next for Middle Atlantic will be Chase Whitman. He struck out looking in the 2nd. As Broughton Jr. warming up, you just see the speed that he has, throwing hard. He's definitely in the same boat as Hernandez, just a hard-throwing pitcher. And Middle Atlantic may have a tough time getting some extra insurance runs against him.
Welcome to home plate for Mid-Atlantic. Number 6, Chase Whitman.
Chase Whitman up the bat here in the bottom of the 4th.
On the mound for Alabama, number 4, DJ Broughton.
First pitch is a bunt, back to Broughton, throw to first, and an easy first out.
Not a bad try there from Whitman. If he would have just got it a little more down the line, he might have legged out a single.
Number 12.
Up next,
for Mid-Atlantic.
Wright. He flew out in the 2nd inning. First pitch, shows bunt, pulls back, around the eyes for a ball.
For those in attendance, for those at home watching this game live, you're in for something special.
Shows bunt, pulls back. That one's in there for a strike. As Alabama is trying to stymie the bats of Middle Atlantic. Wright fouls that one off.
And you know what I like there from Wright? He shortened up his swing. He knew with DJ on the mound, he's the hard-throwing righty. And if you take your normal longer swing, you're not going to catch up to it.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss for out number 2. Big strikeout from Broughton Jr.
Welcome to home plate, number 24, A.J. Liberto.
A.J. Liberto standing in, watches that one go by for ball 1. For Liberto, had a single in the second inning. The 1-0. That one gets past the catcher. It'll be ball 2. The 2-0 in there for call strike 1. The 2-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Roberto hits that one back to Broughton. He misses it, but it'll be scooped up by Pilger. Throw to first for the 3rd out of the inning. That'll do it for the bottom of the 4th. We got 2 more innings to go as Middle Atlantic still leads Alabama 2-0. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here in Phoenix City, Alabama, live on CTV Beam and YouTube Live. Welcome back to the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here in Phoenix City, Alabama. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillard alongside my broadcast partner and Aiden Kowalski. Daniel Hernandez still going strong as we enter the top of the 15th inning. Through 4 innings, 47 pitches. He's only given up 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Hernandez throwing hard as he'll face Wilson coming up for Alabama. 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st from Middle Atlantic, and that's all they've needed so far.
Welcome to the plate for Alabama, number 13, Brody Wilson.
First pitch, down low in the dirt for ball 1.
Interesting, Hernandez bringing out the curveball on that 0-0 to start the inning.
The 4-hole hitter in Wilson grounded out in the 2nd inning. That one back in the zone, fouled off. The count moves to 1-1. So we're gonna miss for strike 2. Pitch number 50 for Hernandez. He hit 60 just 2 days ago against Phoenix City. The 1-2. Popped out. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Fouled off. Wilson trying to stay in it.
And Wilson, of course, the best thing he can do right now is just get that pitch count up for Hernandez. But I mean, as these innings continues, of course, Alabama now only has 6 outs left to get back to.
A swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Hernandez.
Make that 5.
Hamilton, New Jersey is being represented by Haniel Hernandez
Welcome to home plate. Number 3
as Roberts comes up to the dish
for
from
Alabama.
Alabama.
Jamison Roberts.
Here's Roberts first at bat. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
That was a really nice off-speed pitch there. Roberts looking to make solid contact and a little too aggressive. He's going to have to stay patient at the plate here.
For Roberts, he has 4 RBIs. Got one up high on the eye. He's coming in that 5 hole. It looks like that was enough for a strike. Coming in that 5 hole where Goodwin was at. One, 2. Hernandez looking for strikeout number 7. That one was close. He wanted it, but the count's gonna move even to 2-2.
That was 3 straight fastballs from Hernandez. I'm gonna expect another one right here.
In there, call strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Hernandez. 2 outs.
I'm telling you, as a pitcher, when you can locate that fastball, it's lethal.
Aiden Hernandez has been through 8 2/3 innings in the last 3 days. He now has 17 strikeouts.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if his arm falls off after this tournament.
Aldous King a trophy. I don't think he's really had it.
Man, that young man's doing a great job out there, let me tell you.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Fastball here.
Next pitch misses low for ball 1. The 1-1 down low, ball 2. The 2-1 hit. On the gas. He will. As Groomer's going to run first, going to second. And that's a stand double. Alabama.
Some light there for the home. Wonder if this will light the spark. He's been unstoppable this tournament.
Welcome to home plate for Alabama. Number 12, Grayson.
So a big conference out over there in the mound. Hernandez to settle down. That's only his third base hit allowed there with Tillman now on second. And now Finch, of course, representing the game-time run if he can reach base and come around to score.
Hernandez staying out there.
So 51 pitches currently for Hernandez. He's almost through 5. If he can get Finch right here, I'd expect him to come out for the 6th.
2 outs, lays on the bunt, but it's going to roll foul. It was in the public place, I'm sure they won. Throw it up high for a ball. The 1-1 That one hit over the short to Casadilla, and he misses. He dropped the ball. Tough play. Tillman straight at third. And Casadilla, he's gonna want that one back.
Casadilla getting a Sunday hop there, but a little too quick on the transfer. That play was looking smooth from the beginning, but uncharacteristic by Middle Atlantic shortstop.
Blackerby is up. He singled. If you remember, he had a hot shot back toward Hernandez to single right up the middle. And now he has a runner on third, right on the corner with 2 outs.
Early putting up the first and third sign. That can be ever so important in a big situation like this. Of course, the situations could be Finch from first stealing second, whether you want to decide to throw it down, try to get the third out of the inning and let Tillman score, or just eat it and try to get Blackerby right here at the plate.
Blackerby fouls off to the left side.
Last chance to realistically score here.
Blackerby hits that one, and it'll fall. And one runs to the fourth. He's going to third when he's in. And all the out single by Blackerby.
Up to first base, and so is the crowd here on the Alabama side, as you can hear that. Situation here for Hernandez. His first signs of adversity coming here in the 5th. And all coming with 2 outs. Here for Alabama, Matthews stepping to the dish. So a base hit will tie this game up with runners on the corner. Coach Blackerby over there at third base, giving Matthews so many last words of advice as he takes a big breath. And he'll step into the box. With 2 outs. Taking strike there. Called 0-1. Blackerby at first, Finch on third. Finch representing the game-tying run. It doesn't get any bigger than that in a semifinal game. A big-time pitch there from Hernandez. My goodness. 1 hit away from tying up this game, and now we'll be headed into the bottom of the 5th inning with Middle Atlantic coming up. Alabama's looking for a big shutdown inning here from DJ Throat. And they just really want to get back in the dugout as quickly as possible to try and get 1 run back.
Batting cleanup.
Of course, Alabama, being the away team here, has 1 last crack at it in the top of the 6th inning. So, of course, for South Atlantic, they have 6 outs to play with if needed.
head to the bottom of the field. Hurley stepping up. Puts it in there and goes slow. Hurley, the 9-hole hitter, had a double last time up in the second inning. He hits that one to the right side. He's going to fall foul. It's quickly 0-2.
Hurley almost having a double there to lead off this inning. That would have been really interesting, as Broughton on the mound there, really not having to deal with too many base runners in this game so far. Couldn't have written it up any better. If you're LaRoe, great call on that 0-2 curveball. That one kind of starting into the zone and then fading out. No chance there from Hurley.
One of those two runs will come on the score, and we'll get struck out in the second inning.
So Valentina now really ahead in the count. I bet you he'll be taken here. No way he's going to want the green light, as a free pass will mean any more chance for insurance here for Middle Atlantic. I just want to point out, look at that hustle down the line by Valentino. If LaRue did not take, if LaRue took his time there getting the ball from the backstop, that could have easily meant Valentino taking second base.
He was the first victim of Broughton when he came in, struck out swinging in the third. That was hit sky high, and it'll be caught by the left fielder.
So a big second out there for DJ. He's just one out away from getting his team back in the dugout and giving him one last chance with 3 outs to score at least one. So that one there on the inside, Atazi.
Next pitch down low for a ball. Two outs, runner Valentino on first. Todd to hit that one back to Broughton. Throw to first, and that'll be the third out of the inning. That'll do it for the ball in fifth. Alabama has 3 outs. We're going to head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series here on CTV Beam and YouTube Live.
Your host of Tide Talk, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some Alabama football. Season 2 of Tide Talk will deal with some serious questions swirling around the Alabama Crimson Tide program. Will the Tide regain the crown as the king of college football? Can Coach Saban do what he does best and have the boys in crimson and white remotivated and refocused? So being a guest will have the answer to all those questions and much more right here each week on Channel 7 and 207 and Season 2 of Tide Talk. Roll Tide.
Welcome back into the top of the 6th inning here in the Cal Ripken 10U World Series in Phoenix City, Alabama. Middle Atlantic, a team that had no wins in pool play, 0-3. Beat the host team of Phoenix City, beat California, and now they are 3 outs away from heading to the championship game in the World Series.
See it long?
Up first for Alabama is Pilger. Pilger is a 10-hole hitter. He flew out in the 4th inning. First pitch up high for a ball.
Out of bed.
For Hernandez, 5 innings pitched, 71 pitches. He has 8 strikeouts. That one up high for ball 2. Having a little bit of control issues. He's tired. He's thrown a total of 9 innings in the last 3 days. And in those 9 innings, a total of 18 strikeouts. The 2-0. Up high for ball 3.
Hey!
And, you know, Hurley behind home plate. Pilger really crowding the plate. And I'm sure he just told him with this 3-0 pitch, hey, go as far inside as you can. Because if you're going to lose him, we might as well hit him.
The 3-0. In there for a call strike 1.
Hey, still your count. Let's go.
If anything, Hernandez needs out number 1. Down low, that's a walk. The Alabama fans getting rowdy, and they're back to the top of the lineup. Manager for Mid-Atlantic coming out. Hernandez pitch count is up there. Will it be over for him? Hernandez is going to be done. A great outing by Haniel Hernandez.
Is at 74 pitches.
For Hernandez, 74 pitches, giving up 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. Did an amazing job.
And look at that sportsmanship over there from Alabama. Hernandez getting handshakes from every one of the players. Major respect here in the semifinal game.
Respect is earned, and Hernandez has definitely done that. In the last 3 days, he's won an MLB 9 innings and had 18 strikeouts. Runner on first for Alabama, and it is the top of the 6th. So even if Alabama ties or takes the lead, Middle Atlantic will still have a chance to win.
Whitman here in the biggest pitching situation of his life here in the semifinal game of the World Series. And really the big thing out of this, Alabama going from high 50s now to maybe mid 40s, so it should be a big difference for these hitters, maybe way out in front of the ball. It should be interesting to see how they'll adjust.
For Chase Whitman, he's pitched in 2 games. He's went 4 2/3 inning. He's given up 10 hits, 7 earned runs. He has an ERA of 9 flat. So Whitman, who has struggled a little bit in the tournament, coming in the biggest situation in his life. 3 outs away from the World Series championship. Winner goes on to play North Carolina. Hunt steps in. First pitch. In there for a strike. Pilger stays at first.
Be ready and sit on it and wait.
The 1 Hunt Drive the one down the third base side. Pulling around second, going for third. Hunt going to second. And they're both safe. Runners at second and third with no outs.
Here comes the home plate. Number 1 for Alabama, Dalton LaRue.
LaRue steps in. Here's the first pitch. In the ground for ball 1. No outs, runners on second and third for LaRue. The 2-hole hitter. He struck out looking in the first, had a single in the fourth. That one popped up high, and it'll be caught by Casadilla for the first out of the inning.
Huge first out there. And of course, that one not deep enough for Pilger to tag up.
But DJ Broughton Jr., who leads the team in RBIs, comes up in a big RBI situation. Runners on second and third. But for Broughton, he has struck out twice today, 0 for 2. Looking in the first, swinging in the fourth. With 1 out, here's the first pitch. Misses for ball 1. 2-1, Mid-Atlantic leads. They are 2 outs away from facing North Carolina in the World Series. Broughton skies that one, and it's out of play safely for Broughton Jr.
Middle Atlantic, if they can't hold him here, do have the bottom of the 6th inning to try and get back however many Alabama may score right now.
The 1-1. He'll drive the one into center field, and it's tied. Around third comes Hunt, and Alabama takes the lead. Broughton is safe back at second. Alabama leads 3-2 over Middle Atlantic.
Welcome to home plate. Number 13 for Alabama, Brody Wilson.
Brody Wilson up next. Broughton at second now. As Alabama has finally taken the lead for the first time today. Wilson drives that one in the left field, and that's over left fielder head and right. Broughton rounds third, and it's now 4-2 Alabama. Tough moment for Whitman. Emotional on the mound, but nothing to be ashamed of.
Once again, number 3 for Alabama.
All the kids out there fighters.
Roberts.
As Middle Atlantic seen throughout this tournament 0-3, they had no reason to believe they would reach it this far. They dug down deep and they're in this situation. It's not over. For Alabama, showing why they're one of the best. They're the only undefeated team left.
Middle Atlantic needs to realize they still have 3 outs to get back these runs. The game is not over yet.
The Alabama fans chanting and getting excited as Roberts is up next for Alabama.
Let's go, Jamie!
As a new pitcher warms up, an update, and the game going on also on CTV Beam and YouTube Live. Idaho leads Southeast 6-2, that game in the 4th inning. Here, Alabama leads Middle Atlantic after scoring 3 in the top of the 6th. New pitcher warming up. Whitman is out, and Tazi is in. The winner of this game will play North Carolina Thursday at 12:30 Eastern, 12:30 local here in Phoenix City, Alabama, Idle Hour Park. Robert steps in, first pitch by Tulsi. In there for a strike. The 0-1. Roberts foul tip. Quickly moves to 0-2. Next pitch misses for ball 1. Brody Wilson on second as Hurley comes out to talk to his new pitcher in Tazi.
And this will be a big-time pitch here for Tazi. Of course, tried on that curveball, missing low. I do like that decision from Hurley behind the dish.
1-2, runner on second. Fouled off to the right side. Roberts staying alive. Mid-Atlantic has to get out of this inning and get the bats going in the bottom of the 6th. Fouls it off. Roberts staying in it. The 1-2. In there, call strike 3. Tazi gets a big strikeout. 2 down.
Welcome back to the game. Coming to home plate for Alabama, number 15, Sean Goodrum.
Goodrum back in the game. 2 outs. First pitch. Goodrum hits it down the third base line, and that's going to be trouble. Wilson around third. Throw home. Safe. Goodrum at second. It is 5-2 Alabama.
So 3 runs here in the 6th. Put Alabama ahead by 3.
Welcome to home plate for Alabama, Grayson Finch.
So here now with Grayson Finch at the dish to keep this inning alive.
2 outs, first pitch. Finch pops the one up. Casadilla under. And he'll catch it for the 3rd out of the inning. But Alabama pushes across 4. They need 3 outs to advance to the World Series Championship. We'll keep it here to give you an update on the Southeast Idaho game. Idaho leads 9-2 over Southeast. That game is for the consolation bracket. Alabama 5-2 lead over Middle Atlantic. Middle Atlantic has had a storybook run. Alabama, the only undefeated team left. DJ Broughton Jr. is looking to end the game on a high note. Came in relief. He's done a stand-up job stymieing the Middle Atlantic bats. as he's just 3 outs away from getting Alabama 1 game away from a championship.
And so coming up here, the last hope for Middle Atlantic. They have 3 outs left to get back at least 3 runs. And leading off, well, it looks like will be Janelle Hernandez, Chase Whitman to follow, and Stephen Wright to round out the group.
Broughton Jr. through 3 innings, 35 pitches, only giving up 1 hit. 1 hit, 4 strikeouts. He's a strikeout machine. He has a nasty fastball. Asher DeLue up for Middle Atlantic.
Welcome to home plate for Mid-Atlantic, number 44, Asher DeLue.
First pitch misses for a ball. DeLue is the 4-hole hitter. He has struck out swinging in the 1st and 3rd innings. Next pitch in there for a strike. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. One down. DeLue goes down swinging. Up next, Hernandez.
Welcome to home plate for Mid-Atlantic, number 4.
Hernandez needing to be a leadoff hitter here. Of course, with Whitman next, Middle Atlantic has to get something started here.
First pitch misses for a ball. DeLue, Hernandez, Whitman, Wright. They are the next 4 batters for Middle Atlantic. They're combined 0 for 8. Next pitch in there for a strike. DeLue already going down. It's not good when the 4 batters you need to get this going are combined 0 for 8. The 1-1. In there for a strike. One and 2 to Hernandez. 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Broughton Jr. The Alabama fans excited and getting loud. Chase Whitman's up. First pitch in there for a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2. Middle Atlantic on his last leg. Ball game. The storybook dream from Middle Atlantic is over. The boys from Alabama are heading to the World Series.
That's your baby, Sugar. Your baby did that.
A tough one for Middle Atlantic. 0-3 in pool play. They battled back. They got to the semifinals, and they had the lead in top of the 6th. But the run ends here in the semifinals, but nothing to be ashamed about. Hernandez doing a great job. Whitman as well. All these boys, all these men are great players and great individuals. For Alabama, moving on to face North Carolina in the finals. That game will be Thursday at 12:30 Eastern, 12:30 local. Aiden, what did you see out of Alabama, that comeback?
Honestly, it was just Middle Atlantic who blinked first outside of those 2 runs in the 1st inning. Shutdown pitching there from Alabama. My goodness, DJ
Alabama.
Brenton. Oh, my goodness.
We have number 4, DJ Broughton.
And Broughton, of course, getting player of the game honors, respectably so. Well-deserved, young man.
In fact, I guess Hernandez may be getting the MVP honors for Middle Atlantic.
We have number 10, Daniel.
It'll be Daniel Tozzi. Great game by him as well, coming in relief. But for Alabama, they're moving on. They face North Carolina, a big game, Middle Atlantic. Still got a couple games to go. They'll be heading to the consolation bracket.
His primary objective was for every child.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on CTV Beam and YouTube Live. Make sure to stick around for the rest of the tournament. For my broadcast partner, Aiden Kowalski, I'm Jared Dillard, saying so long here from Idlewild Park in Phoenix City, Alabama, where the Mobile team, Alabama, defeats Middle Atlantic 5-2 and will head to the championship game in the World Series to play North Carolina at 12:30 on Thursday. We'll see you then.